Good morning. Day 14.
Hi. Day 14. I was going to say we're halfway there, but we're not. 14 is not half of 30.
Math is hard.
Math is actually pretty easy. It's
Well, I mean, except if it's geography versus geometry, then apparently not.
one of those is not math. So
Woo. Okay. So how are you?
good. It is a sunny, beautiful day here today.
Nice.
And that makes me very, very happy. Although I've been fiddling with my bangs the whole time we've been chatting. I don't know what is up with them today. It's driving me nuts. Just a little reference back to day one for everyone.
I know, where we log in and we're like, oh,
What's happening? What's going on?
hey, I will
The gray.
say though,
How's the gray coming?
yeah, you have that. And my eye, look, is getting better. It's getting better. Yeah.
Oh, good. It
It's not as,
is.
I mean, you can't
It's
see
still
because of the
pink, but
shadow.
it doesn't
It
look
is-
swollen.
No, it's not as red either. I mean, you can still see that it's a little patchy, but it's not like, it's like pink. It's not like angry red. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that's an improvement.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Another,
months,
since
Jana.
we're
That's
having
been
catching up part here and circling back, I will also address, I had somebody on Instagram say, well, I take it you got your pellet stove fixed. I'm like, I forgot to address that. It was the igniter. The part came in the mail, so my husband diagnosed that correctly. We got the part, and yes, he was able, with much cursing, muttering, and sighing. And you know, the older we get, the more we're like, when we get up off of the floor, there's more like noises when you're like, you know, when you're like kneeling down or laying. I mean, because the pellet stove, he had to take out the motor actually to replace the igniter. So yeah, and he was kneeling on a hard tile hearth. And that's
wow.
like
Yeah.
our knees are not as good as they used to be. Just saying.
Right.
So finally I go in there, I'm like, what is going on? There's a lot of huffing and cursing and groaning. And he's like, just go. And I'm like, okay. But he did it.
This is my life now. Leave me alone.
He did it. Bless him. It's fixed. And it was firing the net that afternoon. So yes, we are watching Sports in Warmth. It's nice.
Excellent. You know, we've gotten so throwaway with our stuff that we're so to the point where like something breaks and we're like, there's no way to fix it. Don't bother, throw it away, get a new one kind of thing. I mean, pellet stove, obviously that's much harder to do. Yeah. But we had a thing recently. We have one of those Dyson stick vacuums that has the charger station that you put it on, you know, and then you can and it started doing this thing where it would only vacuum for like 8 seconds and then it would just die. And you had to put it back on the charger and it let it sit. But then again, 8 seconds. And I'm like, what? And my husband's like, we just need to get a new one. I was like, can we look into this a little bit? Because first of all, these things are super expensive. And second of all, if it's just like a part or something,
wasteful to just
they sell replacement batteries for like $100 shipped. And it was like 2 screws, unscrew, put it on, screw it back in, works perfectly. So
yay.
So we we've done this for blenders and everything. Like we just don't think, I think we've been told we're part of a throwaway culture now. If something breaks, just throw it away. So we don't bother to check. But if you go to the website for the manufacturer, more often than not, they'll do replacement parts and it's not a hard fit. Yeah. So that's do that, everybody.
That's totally true. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And it's better to, and speaking of which, when you were talking about that, it reminded me, I'm circling this back around to be applicable to yarn. So you and I had a conversation recently about properly storing your yarn and you know, moth deterrents and stuff, and wool moths are attracted to the animal protein, right? And so your suggestion was to put stuff in cotton, like cotton pillowcases or whatever. So I love, let me say it again, I love flannel sheets year round. Because I love air conditioning too. So our room is chill. Anyway, so I have this set of sheets. I have literally worn them out. I mean, they are threadbare. You can hold it up and see light through it. And then finally, I'm a fidgeter. And so at night, I do the foot twiddle. Finally, where the spot is where it finally wore all the way through, and now there's a hole. And my husband's like, it's because you twiddle. I'm like, fine. I know. But however, the rest of that sheet, I think I'm going to cut off the elastic parts on the corner and sew yarn bags. I mean, how hard could that be?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a sewer.
Those are straight lines.
I'm not a sewist, but I think I could do that. I think I could do that.
Yeah.
And then just make like a fold over top. Like, it doesn't even have to be a drawstring or anything, just a fold over envelope kind of a top.
Yeah. You don't even have to get that fancy with it. If you just pack the bag so it's, 6 inches from the top or whatever.
Yeah.
You just like shove the one side in. Like, you don't have to purposely do that. If you just do a rectangular bag,
I see what you mean.
Put one side in first.
Yeah, like you do your pillowcase. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how I do with my ones that are in tote bags are in pillowcases.
Right.
So,
and then I could use
so just to clarify for people, just again, like the moths that are attracted to wool are not attracted to plant material. So if you put your wool in cotton bags, then it acts as a barrier against moths. So
yeah,
you don't have to have all these big plastic things.
Yeah. No, you can put in like if you want to, and I probably will, just because I like feeling like I have this added assurance of like, my sage bundles or lavender or whatever it is that you prefer. Mm-hmm. There's no harm in that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it helps. Maybe, I don't know. But then I thought the top part that matches, I'll either just continue to make more bags from that if I need to, or I'll just hang on to the top sheet for, like a frost blanket for my garden,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to just throw them in the dumpster. I can repurpose that.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a great repurpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that after our conversation. We're not a throwaway culture in my house. We're trying not to be.
That's right. That's right. I'm headed back to Goodwill again today with more stuff. I can't believe I forgot to take it the other day when I went in search of the
wreath parts.
The wreath parts, but yeah, I have like some ornaments that, like with your shawl, where it's like, I don't want to, like the associations with it aren't the best.
Yeah.
So I unpack my Christmas stuff every year and I don't put those things out. And I'm like, why am I holding on to these things?
Yeah.
I'm unpacking them and packing them back up without actually using them every year.
Probably don't need them.
I don't need them. And then there's a few other things that like worked in other houses that don't work in this house. And so I shipped them back from the Philippines when we moved, found out they weren't going to work in this house. And every year they come out with the Christmas stuff and just get packed away immediately instead of being used. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So
now might be a good time to get rid of that stuff, to share that with someone else that might need it. Now is a good time to go drop that off.
Yeah. Get it, get it in the Goodwill in time for someone to use it this year.
Sure.
So, also weird thing. So my husband gave us a list of things that he wanted for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I love that. Please give me a list. Please give me a shopping list.
I don't like to.
So, so the kids ordered. I waited for them to order first, and then I basically like batted clean up and just went through and got the rest of the stuff, One of the things was a pair of shoes from Adidas. Surprise, honey. But you did give me the list. So I ordered the shoes, and the box from Adidas came, and it was like probably 2 feet by 1.5 feet by 3 feet, massive box. And I was like, that's weird. I only ordered one pair of shoes. And also a lot of stuff is moving around in that box. So that's weird. So I opened it up and his shoes were there, thank goodness. But also a pair of women's size 7, boys size 5, a triple X sweatshirt and a grab and go Monopoly travel game. And I was like,
you got someone else's order.
I got someone else's order thrown in my box too. At least one other person's order thrown in my box too. So thus began
the Amazon customer
over an hour. Over an hour with customer service trying to be like, what do you want me to do with this stuff? Yeah. Like, it's not mine. I have no need for it. Like, I will happily get it back to you. And the agents were very friendly. I will say that. Like, they were very much like, I'm so sorry this happened. Thank you for your willingness to get it back to us, blah, 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 blah. But like, the process that they wanted me to go through, I was just like, that's not going to work. Like, no, that's not gonna work. And I'm not trying to be difficult, but I'm like, the box was destroyed when it got to us because it was so underpacked that it had been maunched.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't have a box the right size. Can you send me a box? We can't do that. Okay, can you send me a mailer? Like, how? They're like, just any box will do. And I'm like, it's not a small thing. It's 2 pairs of shoes and a sweatshirt and a game. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, it was just this whole big long thing. And finally it came down to like, well, we're going to send you thank you. We're going to send you an email with a mailing label. And I'm like, okay, so that was 3 days ago now. I still don't have the mailing label.
They didn't just
and at this point,
can't they just email
no,
it? Print it?
they said they're going to email it to me. I still haven't gotten it. And so I'm like, I think I'm just going to take this stuff down to the fire station where they're doing a toy and clothing drive for the holidays and just be like, here's some brand new stuff. Please get it to someone with the right size feet. I tried to be a good person, Jana.
And it's so difficult when you have such a large company and it's just so cumbersome to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
So,
well, hopefully find someone that can use it. Or the fire people.
Yeah, I'm going to give them like another day and maybe like I'll get an Amazon package in a big enough box. I don't know, you know. We'll see, but I got stuff coming. Like it's the holidays. I'm busy too. They gave me a chore.
It's true.
Really not happy about.
I know.
Like, here, enjoy your sneakers you ordered, and here's some guilt and a chore that you didn't ask for. Thanks, Adidas. Thanks.
Amazon. It's thanks, Amazon.
No, it's Adidas.
Oh.
It's Adidas sneakers.
Oh, I thought they were ordered from Amazon. I got confused. Okay,
no, it was Adidas. It's Adidas. And it's like, when did Adidas start selling grab and go Monopoly games? Like, why is this in the box? I'm so confused by what happened.
That's why I thought the product originally was ordered from Amazon. That's why I'm confused. Oh, my word.
Yeah, no, this all came from Adidas's shipping people.
Oh, my word. Okay.
So, I mean, they're good name brand Adidas sneakers. I just have 2 extra pair and a sweatshirt and a game.
Weird.
So it's all gonna go. I think if I don't get it today and find a bot, I'm just taking it to the fire station for their gift distribution.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, speaking of guilt and mail. Okay, so this time of the year you keep getting things in the mail that have like donate to so and so, and oh, by the way, here's your free return address labels that you can put on all your envelopes. Here's your free gift. Now send us money.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I hate that. I didn't ask for that. I did not ask for you to send me return address labels and then ask for money. I did not.
Yeah. I remember that from when I was little.
That's guilt.
I remember that from when I was little. And I'm always surprised now when I get those in the mail. And I think we've gotten 2 so far this year. I'm always surprised that they're still using that tactic because how many people actually send mail these days, Oh, and the only, honestly, the only mail that I mail out these days, other than maybe 2 birthday cards a year, is related to the podcast, people winning prizes, things like that. And I don't use my home address for that. I have a PO box, so I can't use the labels anyway. I'm like, how many people actually like, this is a win? They get that sheet of stickers and they're like, hallelujah, I've been waiting for this.
This time of the year, though,
$15.
This time of the year, though, people do Christmas cards still. They do. I mean, where I live.
Do they? I don't know. I know we're going to hear in the comments, there's going to be a lot of people saying they still do Christmas cards. And I think I only gave it up like 2 years ago.
I'll tell you what.
I think it's a recent death.
You know what comes in the mail a lot? And I think it depends. It depends who you are. It depends on what charities you support. But like if you support like the Sierra Club or National Wildlife Federation or something like that, there are a lot of calendars in the mail this time of the year. Lots of calendars.
Yes. Yes.
Lots of calendars. Like you probably don't need to go buy any calendars because just maybe you don't get the mail that I do. There's lots of calendars. But again, it depends what charities you support. So
yeah, and whether, are you part of those good charities that send you a full-on calendar, or are you just getting the labels that you're not going to use?
They're the full-on calendars with actual wildlife photos. But I have to say, I was disturbed and upset by the Wyoming wildlife, whatever it is. Oh, maybe it was Game and Fish. I don't know, a couple years ago for August, full-on close-up picture, close-up in your face of a rattlesnake. And I was like,
oh, wow.
I don't want to look at that every day.
That page.
I don't want to look at that every day in August. I mean, it was like up close. The thing was fixing to strike. It was like, that's disconcerting. I don't want to look at that every day. Yeah. Oh, rattlesnakes are a big deal here. I mean, that's scary. I don't want to see that every day.
Yeah. They're reminding you, they're helping you build up that response.
Well, I have enough of that. That is one of the most startling sounds is to hear that when you're walking to the bar, to hear that rattle. That's one of the most stop in your tracks.
Mm-hmm. Tell me again why I should move to Wyoming.
Because we could have Stitch and Bitch on a weekly basis and play
on a weekly basis. Woohoo!
Yes. So speaking of stitching, can I show my stripe? I'm excited about my stripe.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
It was like a lighter purple today, huh?
Yes, this is day 13. So 12, and then there's 13. Ooh. Love it.
Nice.
Ready? Neutral.
Okay.
It's not showing up well on screen.
Oh, I didn't even realize you got to the color.
We've kind of it's kind of a light, rusty, sort of a purpley brown.
Orangey, browny, purpley.
Yeah, I don't think it's orangey. Interesting. That's going to look cool, though.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that knit up.
Well, tomorrow you will.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Okay. I got a color. I got a thing for you.
Oh, the puffins.
They're little puffins.
Nice.
Do you know puffins are only about this tall?
Huh?
They're like 8 inches tall, 10 inches tall. They are tiny birds. Yeah. When I was growing up, I saw a picture of a bunch of puffins on a rock, and like my brain just went to penguins, and so I thought they were.
You thought they
like
were
18-inch tall.
Yeah. No.
And they were not. When I first saw one, I about fell over. I was shocked. Okay. Today's Silly Sheep Company yarn is called Milkwort.
Oh.
It's a gorgeous purple. Look at that purple.
Oh, that is gorgeous. You know I'd love that. Wow.
Yeah. I opened it and my first thought was Jana's going to love this one.
Wonderful.
Milkwort. I like that. That's a good one. A good one. Okay, so that's the milkwort, and then the other one from yesterday was the turquoise. So there's those together.
That's cool.
Nice. Nice.
Right.
Good job, Becky. Good colors.
Yes. Good job, sticker maker.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll pass that along. Oh, and I will say, Dunn_SA, DUNN_SA has been posting the spring colors.
Box. Okay.
So at the end of the 6-day chunk, she puts them all together and she posts a picture, and I am ever so grateful.
Nice.
So the second one, the one from Aster Ooh went up the other day. So you can go check that out on her thing. Or you may have seen it. I reposted it to my stories, but it might be gone by the time this airs. So we'll see.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Bye.
Bye.